When this girl was only 5 years old, she snuck into a crime scene. She watched everyone's expressions for clues. When she was 9 years old, she immediately became a detective, discovering the truth of mysterious cases. That evening, Hild heard a thrilling case. She immediately went to the crime scene alone. Through her sharp observation, Hild discovered that the door of the victim's house had been pried open. The ground in the yard had a bizarre footprint. But the police said that, when the victim changed the light bulb, she was not careful, so she was fell on, and her head was broken. But here there is clearly a trace of the culprit's intrusion. Why did the police say this was just an incident? When Hild was trying to silently investigate, it was discovered by the police.
It's an active investigation, sweetheart. You could disrupt evidence.
Of what? You said it was an accident.
It seems that this case has many secrets. Hild decided to investigate this case herself, because the one being harmed was the woman Hild had just met yesterday. Recently, Hild's family have moved to this place. This seemingly peaceful town seems to be hiding a secret. When Hild first entered town, she saw that the neighbors were burying something. The first person that Hild knew was this long-haired woman named Anna. She is the only kind and gentle person in town. Anna also gave Hild a cup.
You are Matt Lisco's kid, aren't you?
Unexpectedly overnight, she was murdered. Hild decided to write a report on the town's discussion page. In the report, Hild wrote that the police were trying to cover up the victim's death. At that time, Hild did not know that this action of hers would cause serious consequences. Soon, Hild's report was spread around every corner of town. But not only did this report fail to help, but it also caught the attention of many of the keyboard warriors. All of them scolded Hild for being stupid, for posting false information. They even said Hild did something a child shouldn't do. The surrounding classmates all laughed at Hild. Even Hild's father was angry with her.
Here everyone's hiding!
Damn it, Hildy! Why can't you just be a little kid for once in your life?
It's okay, Dad. I know you didn't mean it.
But difficulties could not stop Hild. She was determined to find the truth. This 9-year-old girl put down her backpack. With a serious face, she took a step onto the table. This action caught the attention of all other students. Under their gazes, Hild pulled out a stack of paper. Above are all the comments of keyboard warriors.
Cute little girls aren't supposed to be journalists. Stick to tea parties. See, this is why you shouldn't educate girls.
Her words made everyone laugh even more. Hild didn't seem to take it anymore. At this time, a girl also stood on the table with Hild, followed by the third, fourth. All people are silent. Hild was energized. She announced loudly, "If the cyberviolence wants her to shut up, then go ahead."
As if the truth doesn't matter. Nothing ever will.
The whole canteen was chaotic. Even the principal had come personally to stop this chaotic scene. At this moment, Hild noticed the principal's footprint. It was just like the footprint in the crime scene. This unintended discovery gave Hild a new clue. By the time the principal went to the parking lot, Hild silently entered her office. Hild wanted to open the principal's cabinet, but the cabinet is locked. Suddenly Hild spotted a very familiar book on the shelf. Hild closed her eyes and recalled the necklace on the principal's neck. The pendant resembles the one shown on a black book. Hild took out the book. As expected, she found a hidden key. Hild opened the cabinet, and inside was a camera. Hild remembered that was exactly what Anna was going to sell that day. It seems that the principal is the most suspicious person. At this time there was a sound of high heels outside. Hild hastily threw the camera through the window. She had just turned around when she encountered the oncoming principal. The principal also said the same sentence as Anna said.
You are your father's daughter, aren't you?
After school, Hild rushed home with the camera, then turned on the video from the camera. In the video there are 3 boys riding bicycles. Suddenly a car came up to catch one of the 3 boys in the car. Only 2 boys left in panic and fear. But the frightening thing is that in the video there is a person that Hild is extremely familiar with.
Is that Dad?
Hild pushed a box and stood up at the reception counter of the police station. She asked to see the records of the murder from the past. The old police didn't care about Hild. He called a policewoman. When Jane patiently advised Hild to give up, a male policeman passed by.
You girls cracked the case yet?
This statement makes Jane angry.
You know what? I changed my mind.
Jane and Hild went to the case files room. Hild mentioned the previous kidnapping case, and her father. Jane told Hild, 10 years ago there was a kidnapping that brought everyone in town into a panic. There was a boy in the video who pointed out the kidnapper. His name is Sam. At that time he was arrested by the police. Now he is still in prison. But the strange thing is that he is Anna's brother. Are these two cases related to each other? What secret is the man named Sam hiding? Hild wanted to personally go to prison to meet Sam, but the prison guard refused. But Hild still sent a letter to Sam. She hoped he could talk to her. While talking, Sam said a strange statement.
I can't tell you over the phone. They monitor all my calls here.
The very intelligent Hild immediately understood Sam's intentions. Surely the prison guard has a problem. Hild remembers the prison guard who refused to let her see Sam, and the prison guard in the video is the same person. Hild immediately contacted Jane. They will go to that prison guard's house to search. As expected, they discovered a drug bottle. Hild had seen this strange drug bottle. Not long ago, she broke into Anna's home to investigate. She found that there were many drug bottles in the house. There are many strange English words on the bottle. At that time, she did not understand the meaning of it, but decided to take pictures of the drug bottle. The drug bottles were identical to the one they found at the prison guard's house. Having this evidence, Sam finally had the courage to speak the truth. It turns out this is an addictive drug. Until now, the prison guard have always threatened Anna. If she didn't give him the drug bottle on time, then Anna's brother in prison won't be safe. On the day of the crime, the prison guard suddenly became addicted. He wants to go to Anna's house to steal drugs, but was discovered by her. He carelessly pushed her down the stairs. That led to her death. Finally, the truth is revealed. Also, no one dared to doubt Hild's ability to solve the problem. At the same time, the principal who Hild once doubted had reached out to herself. The reason that the crime scene has the principal's footprint is because Anna gave the camera to her for her to hand over to Hild's father. Because Anna knew that only Hild's father knew that her brother was not guilty. At the time, Hild's father's heart was also unsettled. In the end, he would speak the truth. It turns out that the kid that was kidnapped in the past is the mayor's son. On the court, when the judge asked the two remaining children who kidnapped the mayor's son, Hild's father refused to point out the culprit. But the other kid, unable to bear the pressure, said that Sam did. In the end, the court ruled that Sam was guilty. From then on, Hild's father also became a concealer for criminal. After hearing this story, Hild became even more determined. She had to investigate the truth that year. Not only for Sam's sake, but also for her father's purity, to be returned to him. This is part 1 of the Home Before Dark series. Interestingly, the series is based on a true story. The original is this 9-year-old girl. In 2014, she herself investigated a case in her town. She is like Hild in the series. During the process of the case, she also suffered from all kinds of cyber violence. But despite facing many injustices and discrimination, she persisted in her choice, always determined to find the truth.